And the weather conditions, believe it or not, are improving here on Galveston Island, but that is not the case along the entire Texas coast. We'll let you know who's still having some big problems with Claudette in just a moment.
Hello and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Rich Johnson.
And I'm Janetta Jones. Welcome to this edition of Weather Center. Hurricane Claudette is making landfall in Texas at this hour.
Early this morning, bands of rain and high winds began pummeling Galveston Island. Now the winds are getting very strong in Port O'Connor, Texas. Let's take a look at the current stats. As of 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Claudette was centered 28.5 north, 96.1 west. That is about 20 miles east of Port O'Connor. Top sustained winds now up to 80 miles per hour. And Claudette continues to make its way off to the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. There's the pressure. The pressure has been dropping, which has been an indication of a little strengthening.
I want to show you that we have tropical storm warnings in effect where you see the red shading from High Island, Texas to Sabine Pass, Texas. Those are tropical storm warnings that are in effect. We have hurricane warnings in effect from High Island to Baffin Bay. Hurricane warnings in effect. And we are live for you as Hurricane Claudette slams into the Texas coast. Jim Cantori is live in Galveston Island, Texas. Jim, what can you tell us?
Well, Janetta, the good news is here the worst is definitely over. The winds are dying down a little bit, and what was just an incredible ocean, I'm going to show you some pictures of in just a second, has really quieted down. As a matter of fact, these bricks, which, you know, on a normal beach day, a nice beach day, most people could just walk right out there and not have any problems at all. This morning, the waves were way over the top of that, and up this 10-foot seawall, they were crashing another 10 to 15 feet. Let me show you some of that wave action that we had to deal with earlier on today. And you can see it here, just big waves rolling in, seas basically running about 5 feet above normal. Whether it's high tide or low tide, you've got seas cranked up as a result of the hurricane, and that did cause some problems. Where I'm at here on this 7-mile island, we have a seawall. It's 10 foot high. But if you go down 2 or 3 miles where Seawall Boulevard turns into 3005, there is no seawall. So the water is pretty much free to come over the roads, which is exactly what it did. As a matter of fact, they had to do some rescues on some of the cars this morning. But all in all, as you can see, we're definitely improving. The rains have quieted down. Still very agitated Gulf. Do not plan on going out there swimming today, obviously. But it's kind of nice to see the clouds lifting a little bit and a little ray of sunshine somewhere behind those clouds. Well, things are definitely a lot worse down toward Port O'Connor. Let's bring in our hurricane expert, Dr. Steve Lyons. And Steve, you know, we get that initial hit. All right, let's go to Janetta, and she'll tell you about Steve. Janetta?
All right, thanks so much, Jim. We'll check back with you in about 30 minutes. Now we're going to turn to KTRK TV reporter Wayne Dolcefino. He filed this report about an hour ago.
You can see all the palm trees littering the street here. Look back up there, though. There's a house with the roof starting to peel off. We've seen siding come over here. I can't go very far because we're doing this the old-fashioned way. You can see Matagorda Bay coming up over the banks. We expect the eye wall to come here, and during the eye, we expect to see literally sunshine, but you can see no sunshine right now. They may call Claudette a weak hurricane, but it's pretty strong. It's been battering Port O'Connor for about 30, 40 minutes or so. And as I said, we're starting to see some of the damage on some of the houses that line Matagorda Bay. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much. Wayne Dolcefino from KTRK TV. Now we go to our hurricane expert, Dr. Steve Lyons. Dr. Lyons, now that the eye of the hurricane is on shore, does that mean the wind and the storm surge are all over?
No, it's not. As a matter of fact, the strongest conditions are on the backside of the circulation where the wind is onshore. That's where the greater Matagorda Bay area is going to get swamped a little bit, 5 to 7 foot surge, we think, in combination with the waves. Let me show you the latest satellite image here. You can see it making its way onshore right near Port O'Connor. But this band back here, the eye wall, the back edge of the eye wall that just went past Palacios and now is heading toward Port O'Connor, is the one that's pushing the strongest surge onshore, the highest surge onshore, probably 5 to 7 feet in there. And the highest winds along the coast will probably occur in here. We've already had some reports of gusts to hurricane force in this particular band, and that's coming right toward Port O'Connor. So we're not over with it yet, but it does look like it's starting to weaken a little bit on the west side where land is impacting it. So as it moves west, it should weaken through time. Janetta?
Dr. Lyons, how far inland will the strongest effects of Claudette reach?
Well, it looks like it's going to continue in at about a west-northwest track or westward track, and that's going to bring rain well inland, and we think it's going to bring rain far past San Antonio and on up toward El Paso over the next 3 or 4 days. So those areas, particularly near the coast, we're going to have some potential for flooding in that area.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Steve Lyons. We'll check back with you in about 30 minutes. Stay